The following is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. Welcome, everybody. It is December 29th, 2022, the final show of the year. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Otis Wiley and Jehuu Caulcrick. This is Sparta. And man, do we have something in store for you guys today? I'm telling you, we're going to talk a little bit about, basketball. We got a special guest. We're going to introduce Spartan Nation to another superstar in the making for the green and white.
Yes, sir.
Prepare the stage
all day long, baby. And look, thank everybody for watching us live. This is a live show. So if you want to be interactive, please do. Put something in the comments. We'll respond to you on the spot. And click that like button. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then follow This is Sparta on all of our social media follows. And this is exactly how to do that. Thanks for tuning in to This is Sparta MSU. Interested in hearing more from us? Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. Click on the link in the bio to head to our link tree for more information. Help us grow our following by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Tell your friends and family to do the same. Have an idea for a future episode? Let us know in the comments section below. And now, back to the show. Let us know in the comments. All right. Guys, we had something special happen today, man. Women's basketball defeats the number 4 ranked team, Indiana Hoosiers, 83-78. How about that, fellas? Big time news.
Big dub.
Big dub.
She dropped about 24 points. Tyair Parks and Matilda Eck, 18 each. What can you say about that?
Win by committee. That's what you say, man. Women's basketball has this year has turned it around when it comes to, I wouldn't say the energy, right? Like when I told you guys earlier, they are full court pressing. Like it's not known anymore in college basketball where you do a full court press unless it's the last seconds of the game. You're trying to create a turnover and come back. But they led this entire game and convincingly. So shout out to the girls in the green and white. You got K-Mac. You got Matilda Eck. You got to go. Dee from Detroit, guard, man. She was she was shooting from the range, a long range 3-point ball, smooth today. And so good win to beat the team down across the state's lines where your boy Jay Stray is. How far?
You?
Oh
you spent some time down there.
I did some time. I did some time
in
that town.
Is this?
But Bloomington, we got the dub. Took down number 4, and hope this just sets us up for the future success of the season coming up next year. So good win to end the year.
Great win. Big dubs, avenging the football loss.
Right. Women's basketball did what Michigan State football couldn't do.
You got to bring it up, man. You got to bring it up, man. Turn the page, man. Turn the page.
It's the kickers. We're 3 points away from us being somewhere warm right now for a bowl game.
Or cold. Like you act like we
Right. I just saw that pinstripe game today.
No.
Look a little chilly out there.
One in New York.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with New York, right?
Yeah. Jeez.
Nothing wrong with that. man. But like, hey, yeah, hats off to women's basketball. You know, that was a phenomenal performance, and you know, let's see them continue their success. Much luck to them into the new year, as this is the last time we'll talk about them before 2023.
Yeah.
Moving on for our special guest. And we got a special guest. You know, JU's super excited because we're talking about a gentleman out of Western New York, Nathan. Call him Nate. We'll ask him what he likes to be called. Carter, transfer from U Conn, joins the show. How you doing, Nate?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I didn't realize this was the last one of 2022. Puts a little bit extra pressure on me a little bit.
Yeah, going out with the
last one.
I know you will. You're a Western New York product, so you'll handle business. You'll take care of it.
Most definitely. But yes, sir. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Now, before we get into what do you like to be called?
Man, a lot of people call me Nate. Personally, I don't really have a preference, but I guess Nate Carter sounds better than Nathan Carter. Just a little shortened up. So I guess people call me Nate, but I don't really have a preference, to be honest with you.
Is it Braverman that's still on the PA system?
I'm sorry.
Who does? I'm talking to Otis and Jason now. Who does the PA for the game?
Yeah. You don't ask questions that you look.
You got to get him right when he's yelling the touchdown. Nathan Carter.
We'll get him right. That's why we asking.
Hey,
we'll pass that information down.
Yeah, we're gonna ask you. We're gonna ask you some questions down the road, like what's your walkout music? Because like once you score, you're gonna have something that's got to go crazy, right?
Oh man.
This kid, you know, I'm super excited, you know, to have Nate as a part of the green and white. I had the opportunity back when he was as Otis would say, a young jit. You know, I was one of the coaches at the Prospect 50 camps in Utica, New York, and Nate was there. Nate came on. He showed out. He stole the show. You know, he as a high schooler, you know, he had great physique. He ran a really good 40. People are looking like, you know, one of those where they look at the 40, look at another person, and look at the stopwatch again. You know, and just an impressive kid all around. And also too, by the way, he carried himself. He was a very, you know, he was a talented kid, knew he was talented. A lot of people knew he was talented, but you know, he carried himself in a manner that, you know, he wasn't, you know, cocky, overconfident or anything like that. That's so I'm really excited about the fact that Nate has the opportunity to come to East Lansing and showcase his talent.
Look, listen, Nate, JU has been, I don't know if you've been watching the shows. I think you've been tuning in now once you made that jump over to the green and white. But JU from jump has been all about Nathan Carter. And so much so, you know, he's talking about the garbage plate. He talking about, you know, he's saying you come, look, that garbage plate.
Right
there. There it is, right there. Protein, right?
Yeah.
You know, Nate, you being a part of the green and white, man, we kind of wanted to just ask you some questions of like, we as players back in our day, like I'm saying back in our day, like we older, but like we've been 15 years removed, but you know, we didn't have the pleasure, or I say the opportunity. Speak
for yourselves.
Speak for yourselves. We didn't have the opportunities to fully do the transfer or capitalize on the transfer portal. Like we could transfer, but we would have to sit out a year. And so, you know, being you at an institution at U Conn, and after those years served there, you know, what popped in your mind and kind of your future as you were discussing kind of with your family or your next step? What started the process of the NIL? Because people don't know. They just see everyone hitting the portal, but like the transfer portal, what happens when you decide, hey, you know what? My time here is done. I'm going to go somewhere else to get me to the next level, and Michigan State being that selection. But to take us through behind the curtain, my brother.
Yeah, most definitely, man. You know, I'm a man of faith, so you know, me going into the transfer portal was truly a leap of faith. You know, I loved U Conn. I loved everything about U Conn that I produced there for the last 3 years I was there, and you know, I just felt that there was something more. I felt that my time at UConn was coming to an end. And, after speaking to my family and a lot of wise counsel, a lot of people who I could trust, we decided to put our name in the portal, and take a leap of faith. And I believe that, I didn't know what school was going to reach out, initially. I knew that I was going to get some interest. I had some belief in that. I didn't go into the transfer portal blind, but just going through that process, it was kind of like high school all over again, just going through the recruiting process, talking to various different coaches, trying to see, okay, what places am I gonna fit best at, so all that was going to my mind. And not only that, but it was such a quick turnaround as far as the signing day and everything like that. So I just really relied on, just my faith and really where God was leading me towards, and just what doors he was gonna open up. And then, it just so happened that Michigan State reached out, and, for me, you mentioned something as far as opportunity. And I believe that this is a huge opportunity, not only for me, but really everyone up here in New York, especially where I'm from, Rochester, New York. You don't really see a lot of kids from where I am, playing top level football at an amazing Division I program like Michigan State in the Big Ten Conference. That just doesn't happen a lot. Even when I was getting recruited out of high school, I didn't get recruited by big schools. So it really was a blessed and a very big opportunity that I was able to take advantage of for me to come here. And I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm just ready to just seize the moment, and I'm just ready to work.
And you see the comments right there. Look, they are already saying they cannot wait to see this man pound the rock.
I gotta say this. I'm not putting this on anything, but right now Nate is giving me, from coming up proclaiming his faith, which is really important, really cool. And love the fact that you wear that on your sleeve. But Nate, right now you're giving me a lot of Javon Ringer vibes. So I know those are big shoes to fill. Said Nate with the silky voice.
The voice of a preacher.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And look, you don't know, but little known fact, you got Jason Strayhorn and Otis Wiley, man. We're PK kids too, man. So I hear that in your voice and your delivery. I just want to hear like, hey, I'm about to close in 1 minute.
Please open up your Bibles.
Yeah.
But Nathan, you mentioned the fact about, and that's something I try to really harp on when you were coming in here and we were introducing the class. And when people ask me, why are you so excited about this kid coming to East Lansing? And one of the biggest things, and like you said, not a lot of kids get the opportunity from Western New York to come and showcase their talents on the big stage. And I think, if we can count on one hand probably the amount of kids from our area that's played in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And I know that, people always excel and have that the results that they want because they come with that chip on their shoulders, because they feel like they have to represent their hometowns and they have a lot to prove to showcase. There's a lot of talent back in the Western New York area. So what is that chip on your shoulder like coming into East Lansing?
Yeah, like you said it right. I do have a chip on my shoulder. Not only I want to prove that I deserve to be here. I deserve to play in East Lansing. And not only that, but also every other kid in Rochester. From guys who play football, from basketball, from any other sport. There are kids that come from my area that can play top level football, that can play top level basketball, whatever sport there is. So to me, it's kind of like I'm putting my city on my back. If I really think about it, putting my city, putting my school on my back, of really representing them, representing Rochester and as a whole. Of this kid, if this kid can do it, this kid could start from where he started and to get to where he is, and maybe I can in some way or some form or fashion motivate the next guy who's gonna come up and look at me and be like, man, this guy made it to Michigan State, man, he's playing in the Big Ten championship, man, he's playing national championship. Like if this guy can do it, he's from my area, there's no doubt in my mind that I can do it. So it's just me as a I just want to be a light, that's to other athletes in my area, that they could do the same thing that I can. All it takes is really just hard work and dedication, and in believing, most importantly, in the plan that God has for you, and also believing in that His plan is good and His plan is going to work out.
Yeah, definitely. So you said, you had some when you took that leap of faith in the transfer portal, you had different schools reach out to you. So the big question is, what stuck out about Michigan other than, the fact about the Big Ten? What about the program that stuck out to you that said, yes, this is my calling, this is a good fit for me?
Yeah, when I was doing research on Michigan State, me and my family, we just look at the resources, not only on the field, but especially off the field that Michigan State offers. And especially when I went on my visit, I was amazed by how much resources and how much they really care about football off the field. It was something that I've never really seen before. So, and the fact that, they have these things called Spartan dogs, even if you go there for 1 year, you're a Spartan dog. Like the moment that you step foot on campus, you're part of the family, you're part of that community. And that really stuck out with me, is the fact that I wanted to be part of a culture that was going to welcome me in as their own, despite me going to another 4-year institution and then coming here. I wanted that, and Michigan State did that for me. And not only that, but I wanted to go somewhere where I wasn't just going to make myself better and be coached and be disciplined and be taught as a football player, but also a man off the field, and to be a future husband, to be a future father one day. And when I looked at what Michigan State offered, they offered all the things and checked all the boxes that I had on my list. So it was really a no-brainer for me to be here. And like I said, it's just an amazing opportunity that was presented to me, and I'm grateful and thankful for it. I'm proud to be a part of it and to be able to now dive into everything that Michigan State has to offer.
Well, man, we welcome you with open arms in the Spartan Dog family, dog. As former Spartan Dogs, 100%.
I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Let's
go. You're making believers out of a lot of people right now, Nate. But I'm going to ask you, it's a couple of football questions. So, everybody, the jury's like, tell us exactly, number one, like, how fast do you run a 40 in right now? Like, what do you think you can run consistently? You're confident that you can run. And then who do you model your game after? I know, Jay, you just talked about Javon Ringer's a guy you seem to, you have a image like him, you sound like him, but who do you emulate your game after?
Yeah, especially when I was growing up in high school, I watched a lot. One of my favorite backs I love to watch is Josh Jacobs, from Oakland Raiders. I watched him when he was at Bama in college, and I love watching him now in the pros. And I just love how he runs the ball, as far as his contact balance, as far as how he's able to use so many moves in close spaces, and how he's able to break a lot of tackles. I also like watching guys like J.K. Dobbins. I watched a lot of his film, and when he was at Ohio State, and even guys like Saquon Barkley and even Nick Chubb. So, but out of all those names I probably said, it was probably come down to Josh Jacobs and J.K. Dobbins are the two guys who I really try to resemble my game after, just as far as how aggressive they run the ball, how they have so many moves in their arsenal, and how they're able, and their vision, how they're able to break so many tackles and in close, tight spaces. And I try to model my game, and when I'm out training and doing things, I try to add those moves to my arsenal as well, as far as what they do. So those two guys are probably the guys who I would say I model my game after.
Don't forget the speed. How fast?
Oh, speed. Yes, most definitely. Right now I could probably say confidently that I can run in the high 4.5s. High 4.4s, low 4.5s. Confidently.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay.
Hey, man, we get you right. Dr.
That's
Guest,
one of the fastest Western New York guys I've heard of.
Shots fired. He's not gonna bait you. He's not gonna bait you tonight.
He's not gonna bait me. Men lie, women lie, numbers never lie. I was
never lie.
Numbers never lie, man.
In a 4.5.
Oh man. No, so Nate, you talked about the program, and one, Spartan Dogs, you hear Spartan Nation, that the family, the bond, the blood, the brothers that we have in our fraternity of football. It's real, and it's not for fake. It is truly real, man. Which Coach Tucker did a great job. Nate, you probably don't even know this, man, but when he got the job, he immediately reached out to all of the former players of like, you guys are my guys. You are the program. You are welcome back anytime. And that was one of the things that he established. Which I'm glad that you said that it's family here, man. And it doesn't matter where you come from, but we all have one common goal is to win on the field, but also ultimately win in life. You know, you first met with Coach Reed and, you know, and Coach Johnson and, you know, seeing our offense of what we were 2 years ago, then this past season, you know, what was it that Coach Reed, you know, showed you of like how you fit into the future of our offense when it comes to, you know, on the field?
Yeah, you know, but speaking of Coach Reed, you know, he was a guy that was very honest with me during this entire process. He was a guy who taught me, you know, who told me the things that, like you just said, how I could fit in their offense. And, you know, I'm looking to come in and make an immediate impact. You know, you look at, you know, what Michigan State did with a great running back, Kenneth Walker, and going 11-2. And, you know, it's a funny story. Kenneth Walker also transferred from university, and then he spent 1 year at MSU. So, you know, that's kind of little thing I'm thinking about. But besides that, yeah, I mean, just talking to Coach Reed and talking to Coach Johnson and Coach Tucker, just those guys is being really honest with me as far as what they see in me and how they see me as a guy who they can really grow me as a football player. And like you said, not even on the field, but also off the field. And, you know, I plan to, from the moment I step foot on campus, to make an immediate impact. And I understand it's not going to be easy, and I don't want it to be easy, but I'm going to work for it. And I'm excited to work, and I'm excited to hit the ground running and to really showcase my talents, not only to the coaches, but just to a national level of what a kid can Rochester can produce.
Look, he's leaving you speechless, man. Look at you.
I'm ready. I'm ready for spring ball. When are you coming to campus?
January 7th, I believe, is my first day. So I'll be on here January 7th. So yeah, I'll be here up and running, getting ready to roll.
Here.
That's a real big day here.
That's a real big day. Indoctrinated into that rivalry right away, right off the bat.
You got to go to the game.
Game on January 7th there, that basketball game.
Yeah, man.
You probably don't have, but you got to get them tickets, man. You got to get wired in. I'm sure somebody we'll get you to the Breslin. You know, talk to Uncle Otis. We'll hook you up. You know, you get a couple of running backs, DBs or whatever. But man, you know, as a preacher's son, man, you know, like I'm one of those, and Otis is as well, as he just said. And seeing, you know, your social media, you tend to post a lot of things that talk about your faith. And growing up, you know, as in your faith, how many days did you spend in church during the week?
That is a great question, though, Stray.
Oh man,
I can't wait to answer after you, man, for sure.
Man, that's a tough question. I think, yeah, you said, especially when I was young growing up, I was definitely in church a lot. I wouldn't say that really has changed. I mean, obviously it's changed for me because I'm in college.
Growing up, not of the college
growing
football.
Up, yeah. Man, I would say if I put maybe 2-3 days a week, if I can remember. Yeah, it's about 2-3 days. Yeah.
Otis, you gonna answer that too? What's up, Otis?
Man. Every day. My mom was a secretary. We did the programs on Saturday. We printed those out.
We printed them up.
We had to fold them. You know, when they had the two services, when on communion, you got the morning service, and you got to come back on the evening service. And then all the pastor appreciation days, you know how it is, man. Like you gotta appreciate.
Hold on. What about Bible study? What about choir rehearsal?
Choir rehearsal, everything.
Oh, you're adding those into the mix, and
we talk about.
How many days did you go to the building?
Hey, we churching out here, baby. We churching.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
No, I saw you, Nate. I saw you. Listen, I am a huge fan of Maverick City, my brother, and I saw you at that concert, correct? Like, so talk to me about that, man, because that one, just hearing them on the albums and on radio, like it's already electric, but I can only imagine being there in person and like just feeling that. But talk about that concert, man, because Maverick City, if you guys don't know, is a worship group that is electric, man, and it's one of the few people few groups that gets me to that level when I'm worshiping. I'm mentally, you know, focused. But talk about the concert, man.
Yeah,
we're
man,
bonding,
like
by
that
the way. Yeah,
concert,
we're
it
bonding.
was great, man. That was actually like the first ever concert I ever went to in my entire life, like of any sort of song genre or anything like that. So it was an amazing experience to be there, and kind of like you said, just being it's different from like when you're listening it on your phone or in a car, of actually being there live in the atmosphere and seeing these people. Not only that, but it was like a packed out house. So it's a group of believers coming together under the same voice, worshiping the same God. You know, it was amazing. You know, it's it's an experience that I hope everyone gets to see one day, of just being it was like it was almost like a church service, but you know, it was just pure worship, pure worshiping God, worshiping what you believe, and doing it around other people who think the same as you. And it's funny you say that, because I'm also I'm going to a youth event right after New Year's. It's called Passion, and it's for young adults who are my age, from 18 and 25, and that's kind of slimmer. It's not much of a concert thing, but it's more of just a conference of a bunch of young adults who are so hungry to learn about God and to learn about who He is, and most importantly, not for us just to learn about who Jesus is, but also for us to tell others who He is, right? Because it would do us a disservice if we only knew the good news of what Jesus did for us and no one else did. So it's an amazing conference, and like I said, just being in a community with Christian believers, and being in a community with people who think the same as you, who have the same mission as you, is what I'm looking forward to. And it's actually one of the reasons why I also chose MSU. MSU has an amazing Christian athlete fellowship program called Athletes in Action. I had something similar when I was at U Conn, and it really changed my life. And you know, when I was thinking about where I wanted to go, the biggest factor for me, so I would say one of the biggest factors for me was, can I get somewhere where I can be plugged in as far as and be in a faith community with athletes who think the same as me, and we can go on mission and do so much things, not only for our sport, but also just outside of our sport for the community. So like I said, faith is a huge thing for me, and you know, it was amazing being a part of that concert, just to seeing how much it meant to so many other people who I didn't even know.
Well, look, Athletes in Action weekly meetings are Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. at the football facility. That's weekly, so I'm give you that plug. And then I'm sure Phil Gillespie will be reaching out to you. And Phil Leon,
definitely.
you're gonna get a Phil reach out probably immediately soon. So, but that's awesome, man. Awesome.
Just for the record, my uncle's a preacher. I just want to throw that out there.
He didn't want to be the lone
doesn't
sinner.
want to be left out. Jehuu, we love you too.
That bond, the PK's bond.
Like, wait, I'm at the altar too.
I was an altar boy.
Where was that at? In Liberia, in Poland, Canada? Where was that
America,
at?
In America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Just checking, man.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, Nate, you're an impressive young man. I would think that, Sparta Nation is definitely going to fall in love with you, but based on your personality, your spirit is great. Thinking about you as a young man, I have no doubt you're going to be very successful on the football field. When you think about Michigan State, you haven't had a chance to see a football game and been in that atmosphere, I don't think, correct?
I have not.
Okay, so what are you most excited about, to see come this fall for Michigan State? Like, what do you want? What are you excited about when you think about, okay, the season starts, game one? What are you excited about doing?
Man, just seeing the entire stadium, I believe like 85,000 people, just filled with green and white, being able to walk out that tunnel and just seeing how big the stadium is, and just to imagine a whole bunch of screaming fans, your friends, your family, all in one space cheering you on. It's gonna be heartwarming for me. I'm probably gonna get emotional, even being on that field, just being like, wow, like I'm actually here. Like this is big time, you know. And like I said, it's a blessing that so many people don't have, you know, like I do. So I'm just very fortunate. Like I said, I'm excited to put on that jersey and to walk out that tunnel. And you know, the first thing I see is just so many people cheering me, and not only me, but also most importantly our entire team on to win that game of whoever we're playing. So I'm looking forward to that.
Did you get a number yet? You're gonna be 26 still, or?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
No confirmation on the number yet.
Is that the number you want?
I think I would change it up. You know, I think 26 may have to go by, and you know, like I said, new school, new beginnings is kind of how I think of it. So if I may have an opportunity to, I'll change it up, but we'll see what happens.
To what?
So
what would you change it to?
So are you gonna go out there wearing a number 99 jersey in the backfield?
Probably not 99.
What's your ideal number?
Man, I would probably honestly, I was thinking about this. I would probably go back to what I wore in high school. In high school, I wore 5. So you know, if there was a possibility I could get that number, you know, I'll probably be rocking 5.
Ooh. I think 5 might be out there, right?
It's open.
It is
5's out there. 5's out there.
Hey, everyone, send in your feedback, send in your comments. Get this man number 5, baby.
Yes, put that request in.
Yeah.
Nate, like I said, like I'm you know, from seeing you at that prospect camp to where you are now, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for, you know, what you're bringing, you know, to our community, you know, from our community to East Lansing. You know, really proud of you, man, and can't wait to see you put it up for the green and white this year.
Man, thank you guys. Like I said, I'm so blessed to have an amazing opportunity like this. You know, not many people get to be where I am right now, and I'm very grateful and thankful for this opportunity. Number one, that all the coaching staff have, and trusting, believing in me to be a part of this family, and not only that, but just such a welcoming community that's going to take me in as their own. So I'm excited to get to East Lansing. I'm excited to go to work, and I'm excited to win some games, and most importantly, win some championships. Man, that's the main goal, and that really should be the only goal, is to win championships. And I plan on doing the best of my ability to help our team do that. So let's get to work. Well,
your family is welcome too. So just know every Saturday they come watch you. We got the tailgating spots for families. So you can find Choo Choo. You can find myself. We out here. Strayhorn as well in the parking lot. Just get your family. All they gotta do is bring themselves.
We got a spot for them
and enjoy all the food and gathering around amongst parents and Spartans, man. Just
Nate,
let them know that.
Before you go, are you a fan of the garbage plate? You know, Rochester, New York is big for the garbage plate. Are you a fan?
You gonna say no?
I don't know. He might not be. The guy, his body's a temple.
He's like I eat only healthy.
Man, that boy, you see this body fat man. You see how ripped he is, man. I don't think he eat a lot of them things.
Are you a fan of the garbage plate?
I love the garbage plate, man.
And the only place to get the garbage plate from is
Nick Tahoe's.
Nick Tahoe's.
We gotta. Hey, somebody gotta cook one.
Somebody gotta give. Yeah,
we gotta bring one of those for the tailgate. Introduce Spartan Nation to the garbage plate, man.
Yes.
You guys will fall in love. I'm telling you, you'll fall in love.
Papa Wiley, I'm gonna tell Papa Wiley, man. You just tell me what's all in it. It's everything, right? It's everything.
I can see Otis just going nuts over that.
Oh, well, I've already had it. I'm saying, but my dad would definitely cook it all up on that gridiron grill.
Yes, he will.
He will.
Yes, Lord. Nate, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, but thank you for coming on with us, man. And you know, we look to have you on in future episodes, obviously, to continue to build you up and see you perform. We have no doubt you're going to be successful in whatever you do, but we see you going to be a success on the field as well for the Spartans, man. I appreciate your time and thanks, young man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
No
Get
problem.
that man an NIL deal.
Yeah, at least. And then some. Oh man.
What
That's
a great
an impressive guy right there.
I'm telling you, yeah. Like it didn't feel like you were talking to a college kid. You know, it felt like it was somewhere, you know, higher there. You know, he carries himself well. He's ready for it. You know, I'm excited. And, you know, something that really excited me, you know, from, you know, when he's talking about his running style and, you know, who emulates his game, when he said Josh Jacobs, I could see that as well. And, you know, that's a hell of a comparison. So if he comes in as anything like Josh Jacobs or J.K. Dobbins or even Nick Chubb in that any form of that,
we'll take it.
Yes. So really,
the energy that when he was talking about it, when we played Georgia and we had to play against No Sean Marino, and No Sean will run down. He'll hit an outside zone, go inside zone. I come up, tackle him. It was a tough bear to get him down, right? So I get him down. This man will sprint 100 miles per hour back to the huddle, like, give me some more. And I'm like, the whole game. And so Nick Chubb comes from that, you know, pedigree too. But, you know, I saw some of that tape on Nate, and, you know, he's explosive. And to the point of when he talked about balance, you know, we need guys that's going to go north, south, and get busy getting close to that goal line, man, and aggressively doing that. When it touches his hands, he's going to do all that he can to get across the goal line. And that's what all we ask for, right? And so, Jehuu, hey, man, you spoke it up, man, and, you know.
22 touches.
Hey, I'll be.
Nate, that's all Nate needs is 22.
22.
I will be handing him the game ball, hoisting him up, singing for he's a jolly good fellow,
all day long. That's what being a Spartan dog is, man.
That is. I will be the first one that congratulating that man, and you know I'm so excited for this kid. I'm excited for the entire Western New York. You know, like you heard the kid. You know, like everything I said about the kid and everything like that. It was just a little snippet into just listening to him. Like I'm excited for football season right now.
I wanted to ask him another question about when you was coaching him up at that camp. Like, did you get out there and do a drill or whatnot and get the stick to you?
Yeah, I just hit that.
This man crazy.
Man, a definitely impressive guy, man. You know, Nate is a guy who he won us over. That's for sure. He won us over today, and I'm sure he won a lot of Spartans over as well with the way that he carries himself. I mean, man, no matter how he is on the field, which I think he's going to be doggone good on the field, he's going to be a success no matter what. Just the spirit that young man has is outstanding. We're going to continue on with our show, but first, this message from our friends at IHOP.
"'Twas a wintry day, and at IHOP quite soon, hot cinnamon apples would be coaxed with a spoon on the fluffiest French toast with red currants on top. We wish you a happy holiday, only at IHOP. New Ginger Snap Apple French Toast, part of our new holiday menu. Try all 3 flavors.
All right, fellas. College football playoff. Man, hey, we're not going to be on the show until this game is already in the books. Talk about the Final Four. We've got 2 fantastic games coming up on New Year's Eve. University of Georgia versus Ohio State down there in the Peach Bowl.
Man,
what do you think?
Home game, man. It's a home game. But you know those Buckeyes, they travel well. And so the question is, do they have enough confidence to travel 2 times? You're going to have to go down south, and then you're going to have to go over to the West Coast for the national championship. Do they have that much trust in their team to go out there and compete with the national championship contender? Georgia, we talked about this early in the season. Georgia's tough. And we talk about Georgia will bulldog you until you say literally bulldog you till you say mercy. And it's one of those things where they've been there before at the high stage, and that's the only thing that I would love for Ohio State to go out there and play their ball versus trying to play up, knowing that they've already been there before. So it's going to be an interesting fight when it comes to how does Ohio State attack come out the gate. You don't want to get ugly first half, but can they compete with the Georgia Bulldogs' speed and physicality and their experience being in that level on that stage?
Yeah, this is gonna be a heck of a game, and Georgia Bulldogs come in from after an amazing season, just taking it to teams and imposing their will on teams every week in and week out, and working the way to this point again. There is a reason why this team is a program. There's a reason why this team is the defending national champions. There's a reason why Stetson Bennett has that swagger he has on the field. But I truly, truly believe Ohio State wins this game on Saturday.
Whoa.
He's going to win this game. And in order for Ohio State to win this game, they have to play their game. Don't fall out of your chair, oh. Don't fall out of your chair. I know this is a hot take. In order for Ohio State to win this game, they have to play their game. They cannot match. They cannot try to be Georgia. They have to be Ohio State. They have to have that combination of run and pass. Marvin Harrison Jr. has to, play out of his mind. Stroud has to prove why he should be the number one quarterback in the draft this year. Ohio State, I think, has a lot to prove. They're coming into this game pissed off, and I think they're going to take it to the Georgia Bulldogs. In football, it is tough to repeat as a champion, and Ohio State gets knocked off. Ohio State knocks off.
Hey, listen.
That was a Freudian slip.
Break that down. That is a big statement. And I always have respect for Choo when he is solid and he stands 10 toes down on that statement. And what did Shannon Sharp say to Prime about you 8 toes down? What did he say?
Yeah.
8 toes down.
Yeah.
So, somebody, Steve, I got to see it before I believe it. Too.
Me too. Me too.
That's one of them ones.
We all got to see it, but it will happen.
I just in big games.
Look, they got a Mr. Carter too.
Who?
Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
The D lineman over at Georgia. This might be the number one pick in the NFL draft.
Man.
He's been a little nicked up here and there, and there's a little bit of motivation that's coming from those anonymous sources saying that he's not the kind of character guy that you want to be the number one pick. So, there's a little bit of motivation there. Kirby Smart understands. I mean, this is a coaching job for him. The coaching job for Kirby Smart is going to be to motivate those players to not think that, this is just like last year. They're just going to waltz through this playoff because there's going to be people shooting at them. Obviously, this is the time to crank it up. And if they want to have the same success that the last year's team did, then they have to show up for this game because, as Choo said, Ohio State's going to show up. They will. If they don't, if somehow, there's a lot on the line here. C.J. Stroud, draft stock's on the line. Also, Ryan Day, his stock as a coach is on the line right here.
Right.
He got throttled at home against his number one rival in Michigan. 2 years in a row, he loses to him. This year at home, and it wasn't close. So you have to contend at least for this game. If he wins the game, man, okay, now all is okay in Columbus. But I'm telling you, if he gets smoked, guys, this is going to be one of those games where people start saying, "Oh no," you hear what's going on. J.J. McCarthy saying, Ryan Day didn't recruit me. All this stuff. There's a little smoke around that particular guy, Ryan Day, as to what's going to happen with him in his future if he does not perform up to the standards of Ohio State. We've seen this story before, man. They're the kind of program, that's the kind of fan base that 11-1 won't do it. If you're not winning national titles, then things can go bad. So I understand where you're coming from, Choo, but Georgia just got so much talent, man.
That's why
they got so much talent.
Do you think 20 plus days is going to change that last game that they put out on the field against Michigan? Like, I don't think they could switch that around to prepare for Georgia because there was some holes missing, and I feel like they just if they don't start strong and could be consistent, it's going to be ugly. That's just me. But that's why we are here. We have different opinions, and we are still family when we get done with this. But that's the difference in my opinion. I feel like it ain't going to be what
so
it's
you're saying
be.
they gonna get smoked? You think they're gonna get smoked? I think it'll be a
listen.
close game. I think Georgia still wins that thing.
I hope for the Big Ten. We need it for the Big Ten conference. We need it. I understand that, but I'd rather see them do it than the other team do it. To be honest with you, so yes, Ohio State wins. Switch it up.
Ohio State. Oh, so wait a minute. Now you joining too?
Whoa!
They win this game?
Whoa!
What happened? What just happened here? Oh,
because I'm about to go hard on the other.
In out. Yeah,
where I come from, it's called a flip flopper. He's on that AB.
No, Georgia's gonna roll.
What was that, man?
Georgia's gonna roll. I'm just saying I want the Big Ten to show up because we've been getting abused in the CFP. That's all I say. That's all I say.
Okay. All right.
Well, let's hit the next game.
Man. TCU versus the University of Michigan. That one's gonna be out there on the west side, in Phoenix, the Fiesta Bowl.
In the Big Toaster.
What do you guys think about that one? In the Big Toaster. That's right, in the middle of the desert.
Or you frogging it,
I'm a horn frog for life. Listen, man, I'm a straight hater, man. Look, I'm gonna hate, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm hating on it because, yes, they're rolling. Yes, they have shown that they have a good program now. Like they are there, right? They are at the elite status, but I just don't get how they just.
Yes, TCU has a shot, Steve.
Absolutely. Now the only thing is, we see TCU, and I've seen TCU historically when I was at SMU. They have always, regardless of the coach, they put up points and they gunsling, no huddle. They go hardcore on offense. It's hit or miss if their defense is attacking and they're not getting scored on, because those games that you see, they can look like some basketball numbers because they are just 707 it out there. So
true.
It's true. Thank you. I appreciate that affirmation from Choo. Thank you. But Max Dugan, like, this guy can throw the rock, and you got a receiver who is a King Kong Coleman out here, TCU, and you saw what that secondary looked like with us. So I think that TCU wins the game by 3 points, because that one game they ran out there on the last second and got that field goal when they was about to lose. I feel like it's going to be that same game.
Trusting
TCU wins by trusting the kicker. TCU by 3.
All right. My question for you guys is this. In order to answer this question, do you guys want me to put my Spartan hat on or my analyst hat on? Which one?
Analyst.
Okay.
Put the analyst hat on right now.
All right. All right. So putting my analyst hat on, this game here, in order for Michigan to win, they have to establish the run game. And while doing that, draw up TCU's defender, and they have to do something in the pass game. They have to be able to throw the football to someone other than just Ronnie Bell. All right. JJ McCarthy has to be able to throw the football around. Max Duggan, he's an absolute dog. This kid, I saw that Big 12 title game when he just left everything out there on the field. And TCU, athletic, explosive offense. But the Big Ten Conference is going to win the national championship this year. A Big Ten team is going to do it because it is going to be a rematch of Ohio State versus Michigan. Michigan's going to wear TCU down with the run game, bring them up, throw the ball over. Michigan's going to win this game, and Ohio State is going to take the national title because they are stewing, and revenge is a meal best cold.
Is that Choo merch?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Where's that hat come from, man?
Yes, it is.
Where's that hat from? My goodness.
You put that hat
The
on
rant
with
of the
so
day.
much
There you go, everybody. That was the rant of the day by Choo Choo.
You want the analyst hat, or you want the?
We should have said a Spartan to see if he would have put that helmet on. I want to see you put that helmet on right now.
Oh, man.
But if I was wearing the Spartan helmet, I want Michigan to get embarrassed. I want Michigan to get dogged.
Man, look. There. Hey, Steve said, "Are we betting push-ups?" Listen, I feel like we need to put them half gassers out there with Choo Choo and his predictions. And look,
half gassers.
Half gassers.
Spoken like a true DB. You going straight to the running.
Right. What you think? What's your
take? Straight. Look, Stray has the insider knowledge.
He's the analyst there.
He's the analyst now.
Yes.
Let's go. Insider knowledge. Man, look here, man. Look.
Insider trading.
You see, Sonny Dykes. Sonny Dykes out here taking shots right now, man. He talking about his team is fighting for credibility. He taking shots at the SEC, who's not even playing in this particular game, saying that we don't have the opportunity to relax in week 10 like they do and play in, whoever the heck, Saint Sisters of the Poor or whatever it is. We had to play Texas. And you see how that story came out. I'm like, listen, man. Okay, look, this is Big Ten football now. You're gonna get a team here. Michigan, though I don't like to talk in a positive way about them. Believe me, they just won the Joe Moore Award for the second year in a row. That's the best offensive line in the nation 2 years in a row. So they're coming downhill. I know they lost. What's his name? Blake Corum. They lost him because of the surgery, and which Choo Choo said he's just saving his body for the draft, which he doesn't believe he should have done. But anyway, they do have Donovan Edwards, who has a slight hand issue, but his legs are still good. Mm-hmm. And as you said, Choo Choo, the fact that he's going to be there and coming downhill, I'm talking about they're going to take a heavy dose of run game. J.J. McCarthy's not the kind of guy that's going to go out there and just beat you with his arm, but he has the ability, if you're getting eaten alive in the run game, to make plays and throw it over your head. That's where TCU, I don't know. I don't see them having that ability to stand that tall against a Big Ten team like Michigan in this particular instance and coming out with the win. So I think that Michigan does win this game by a touchdown in this particular matchup in the Fiesta Bowl. That is my prediction.
Listen, if you're a head coach and you can leave one program that's 23 miles down the road to go to TCU, SMU to TCU, listen, Sonny Dykes, he's got some swag, and it's like it's a quiet swag. Like he is truly going to have those guys ready, and I think
it just hit me.
What?
It just hit me. He's just riding because he's a Texas boy. That's why he's riding with them. That's why, I get it. We don't want Michigan to win.
No. I mean, look, they show Sonny Dykes is he's playing for the next job. That's in my opinion. I mean, he's not going to be a TCU for life. Absolutely.
No, why would you want to be a TCU for life? TCU is a Johnny-come-lately program. Yeah, it's once in how many times are they going to be back in this position?
Fighting for credibility, they won't have it, They won't.
This is a Johnny-come-lately program.
That's right. He gonna be coaching at Florida when the man down there, he gonna be somewhere in the SEC or the Big Ten, because that's where the money's at. Yeah. So Sonny, stand on stage, take all the bright lights.
All right.
He's buying his time till Matt Rule gets fired at Nebraska.
I'm going to watch.
Oh, hold on. Matt got about a 30-year cut. No, he's a 8-year deal. Matt ain't going nowhere for a while.
Look, Coach Rule Coach Rule just bought some property. He got some corn husking fields out there, son.
Man, talk about it.
Yeah.
Man, moving on. Hey, listen, guys, before we end this episode, we have to talk about some cheerful giving from one of the Spartan dogs, Spartan Nation. pay attention to this. Look at Keon Coleman, what he was able to do over the break. He went back home to Louisiana, and look what he did. He took some kids shopping, and he was a kid in a candy store. He was like, helping the kids shop and getting them some gifts, doing something good, something that doesn't really get put out there by the media as it should. What a young man, great young man. Been playing basketball as of lately, getting, in that basketball shape. But, what a great gesture of him to go back to his hometown and do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Great gesture. And it's great, for that to come out. And, when we're talking about this, Otis, and you made a great point that, it wasn't out there in the papers and anything like that, because I'm sure, he didn't want it. He could have been on Instagram, posting it, but that's not the type of person that he is. That's not the type of guy that he is. For all the good that he does on the field, and just, it's great to see our athletes, in the community giving back. And if we can have the platform to shine light on that, that's something that, that I will take, the time on this show to do that. Got my son a Keon jersey for Christmas. That's really cool. Keon's a great kid. And we're so lucky and so happy and proud to have him be a part of our program. For all the negative stuff that you saw from the Michigan, game, when people call them the program thugs and everything like that, this is what it's about. This is what these young men are about, going out in the community and helping their kids. And, they're not putting it on social media. They're not doing anything like that. They're quietly, giving back to the community. And, shout out, and as Otis would say, kudos to that young man.
I like it. Yeah, we talked about this. Like, when you give, you give cheerfully. You've probably met people that give, but they expect something in return, or, they may say, hey, hold it over your head. And, remember when I did this for you? Like that Keon Coleman's gesture over our holidays, where he could be doing anything else with his time, with his money, his resources. He goes out and gives back to the community that gave to him. And so I think that's a huge testament to what we have on our roster and character guys. We have guys who are doing this and not going out there and like you said, posting it, trying to get some clout and some followers, and they're doing it with a cheerful, giving heart, man. And so appreciate Keon and appreciate his mother obviously setting that up, which we just learned. She set that up to get him, going back to the community. And I could only imagine me being a kid and, one of our studs athletes is out here taking me on a shopping spree. Like, I remember, you remember that Champs Bowl, we went to Best Buy, man. Yeah. Like, I was like, is this real? Like, they shut the whole store down. We can go out here. We got a limit to spend, so just think about he made lifelong memories for those kids, man.
Absolutely.
So, happy that he's in the green and white, man, to be completely and honest with you guys. Like, happy we got King Kong Coleman on our squad, bro.
Absolutely.
Without question.
Hey, why don't you talk about Mac and merch?
And all.
Oh, yes. Mac and merch. We forgot to put that plug in. This is a huge testament to our fellow Spartan dog, Ashton Henderson, who oversees kind of the mental health and the sports medicine departments at Michigan State. But Susie, Coach Merchant, and Mac, Kamaria McDaniels wanted to put something out there for them. That's for them. That's by them, right? And so this is really attacking the mental health aspect of the student athlete. And K-Mac does a great job and works with Coach Merchant and, building content, asking questions, bringing on guests, and, tune in, look at what they're doing, because it's great. It's great to see them interacting and just showing, being honest and vulnerable of what they're dealing with as women who are in sport. It's not just the sports on the court or the field. It's in life too. So tune into that as you guys tune into us and follow us. Do that same thing, man, just to give them some love. And we're going to be having K-Mac on. We just got to lock her down. She's in mid-season dropping buckets, so I'm not even worried about her getting back with us. But we're going to catch them on the flip side, maybe before the end of the January month. But we'll get her on to talk to you all too.
Go give them a like, give them a follow, and then say, hey, this is Sparta MSU sent you.
That's right.
Right.
Don't forget to like or follow and subscribe to This is Sparta. And, hey, look, we love that, man. And what's up to Detroit? Because Detroit did say what's up to us in the
Detroit's
the
out here strong, man. I need some.
They're strong. I know there's other cities in
See my boy
in the chat, but we haven't
heard.
Person
out here, man, from the Flint town, baby. We need some
Where's
love
Flint
from the New York. Where New York
Lansing?
at?
Where's New York?
Yeah.
Where they at?
Hey, we have
down here in Orlando. I'm in Florida right now.
We have
down here
from
Under
Africa
Armour
on here, okay?
Africa. I'm down here at the Under Armour All-American game, so we get some footage down here of our new signee, Jordan Hall. He's going to be playing in a couple days, so down here watching him. And one of my sons is playing in the 8th grade game. So, it's going to be a good time. That was a great show, fellas. What you guys think?
Awesome show. Show.
Really good show. Hey, straight. Good luck to your boy out there. Hope he show out and show out.
We don't need that. We don't need that result you had last time, boy. He was mad. He was pissed, wasn't he?
Represent.
Always, man. Like, look, guys. Look, there was a great show. Nate Carter, man. Nate Carter, Garbage Plate Carter. Man, what a great young man that was to hear him and to introduce him to Spartan Nation. It was a great show.
Is that him?
Good to hear about Keon Coleman and all those great things that he's doing off the field, and he'll continue to do on the court now that it's basketball season. For Jehuu Caulcrick, Otis Wiley, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta. Have a good night. God bless, and go green.
Go white.
This is Sparta MSU as a combined presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. The show is produced by Pete Menez with additional support from Tony Costella. Operations and social media support is provided by Alicia Strayhorn with support from Cecily Max Brown. On-location technical support is provided by Good Fruit Video. Be sure to follow our hosts Jason Strayhorn, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley on social media. To stay up to date with all the latest This is Sparta News, please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support, and as always, go green.